Look, friendship is a scary thing, right? Because we are all so addicted to relying on systems that don't fail us rather than people who can.
Right. Okay.
And so just like, when you're getting married, it's like, oh man, I'm giving this person the chance of hurting me more than anybody else in the entire world.
Oh, and she did. Oh, no. Sorry. I'm sorry. That was personal. I shouldn't have gotten into that. Okay, go ahead.
Right. I mean, that's what happens, right? We
right.
all still, no, I shouldn't say all, like we still get married, right?
Right.
And there's other reasons why we've, like they're stronger. Like that's the strongest. Like God designed marriage in a natural way that we would not easily reject it, right? We still do, and we're seeing that all the time, even to the point of like in modern culture, calling our spouses our partners, which is ridiculous. It is because it's not like if you're, just think about like a partner in a business. Like if you don't meet expectations, you can get ousted.
I hadn't thought about that.
Right?
Yeah,
it's like you don't keep up. But it's like it's so often in a marriage where somebody is not. The two are not doing 50% of the work. It's like 90-10, or it swings 70-30, or there's this violent switch where somebody gets hurt and they can't do anything. It's like it's just a terrible way in which to use words, because then it actually changes the way in which we think about the expectations of the other. So so we are like harming marriage, but marriage is a chance of which we are giving somebody a chance to hurt us profoundly, in order to see them grow in humanity and us too, which is the essence of that is self-giving and love, right?
Yeah.
True humanity is revealed by Jesus Christ, who gave himself even to the end, right? We are unwilling to make those types of vulnerable friendship decisions with others. And that is what's tough. And that's probably that fear of being hurt by somebody or not being trusted by somebody is a way in which we do it. So, so we actually have to ensure that before we just jump into this, we have to make a cognitive decision that I am going to be willing to be bothered profoundly by somebody else, and I'm going to be willing to bother somebody profoundly to actually find friendships. I often use the example that taking from the principle that St. Thomas Aquinas gives, that money takes a place for where friendship lacks. So to give you an example of that, I could either pay a moving company to help me move my piano or something like that, or I could call my friends to move the piano for me. In either case, I am still just as dependent upon other people. It's just whether or not they're people that I know versus I don't know, somebody that I'm going to have a continued relationship after the event or not, right? Yesterday I got on the plane to fly here, and apparently I'm not joking, my chimney fell off my house.
That's not even possible. I don't think that could happen.
It's like one of these metal things and whatever. I was just so embarrassing. I'm such a bad homeowner. But, by the time I landed...
You're the guy that founded the College of St. Joseph the Work.
I know.
And your chimney fell off?
I know. It's so embarrassing. Well, anyways, there's reasons for it, but it's terrible. You can tell I put it on myself, right? It's been up for over a year, whatever. I can just make bad excuses for myself. But by the time I landed, not only had it fallen, but also 3 of my friends scaved off work to help my wife, and it was already back up.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, and right. So, of course, that's the cachet of not using cash, right? That's a friendship that spans any felt sense of monetary debt, right?
Right.
They did not go to work. They were not making money, right? Yeah. They came and helped my wife and my kids out, right?
Yeah.
Because we heat exclusively with wood at our house too, so it's actually kind of a necessary thing.
yeah, right. Well, the temptations against friendship though are so powerful. When you talk about the all the time we talk about this loneliness epidemic, and I think it was Patrick Deneen made the point. One of the reasons we have a loneliness epidemic is people chose this. People chose their machines over other people.
That's right.
They chose a life of travel and adventure over having children. Like we don't want to be mean to people, but the honest truth is, a lot of this stuff we chose. We chose this isolation, and it's so much easier to be isolated. It's so much easier to relate to Netflix than to human beings.
That's right. Yeah, and I'll just take a very controversial example, because that's what I do, I guess. But I had the great honor of talking to Ted Benna, who is the inventor of the 401k. And he's a really good Protestant man, and he profoundly regrets his invention.
Really?
Which has taken over America, right? I mean, who doesn't have a 401k, right? And he says that it's a monster, and he wants to blow it up. And when he asked why, he says along the way is that that families in America are not what they once were. When asked, it's like, well, what did people do before the 401k? He said it was never a problem. Nobody thought about it. It was like at Christmas dinner, you'd have a conversation behind your mom's back about how you're going to take care of her with your siblings.
And he
right?
thinks that we don't have that because we have this other luxury, so to speak.
Right. Well, now retirement's your own problem. Instead of your kids figuring out behind your back at Christmas, now you have to be calculating. You have to be an accountant, like figuring this out and making these projections and guesses about what life's going to be like in the last 10, 20 years, right? And he's saying that there's a perfect example of St. Thomas's principle, how friendship is, or how money is taking place for where love lacks, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to make I'm not deriving from this, therefore we should blow up 401ks, right? I think there's other arguments to be made there. I'm just showing how one social technology that we've created has radically transformed what we did before and made it more and more impersonal as time goes on, right?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yep, more impersonal, right.